My ex-fiance cheated on me with 2 of his family members and I posted about it online. Am I the red flag? Am I the red flag for not attending my husband's celebration dinner due to the restaurant not having anything I could eat? Update included. My wife got an abortion after she found out I cheated. Am I the red flag? Hello, welcome back to another episode of Am I the Red Flag? It's literally just AITA, the popular Reddit page, but just with my own twist. And my twist usually involves a lot of this. Alright, so this guy's wife got an abortion after he cheated. Here we go. My wife, 30 female, and I, 30 male, have been together for close to 7 years. She is the most important thing in my life. She was 4 months pregnant with our first child. These first 3 months of pregnancy have been hell. She has been extremely sick. She has had horrible morning sickness, mood swings to a point where I started questioning whether I married the right person.
Okay, I'm turning myself into a taquito. I don't know what else to do.
So about a month ago, we had a team building dinner at my office where there was plenty of alcohol. After the team building, one of my coworkers, 32 male, invited us to his place. Hey man, only list ages if it's relevant or shocking. My coworker, Orville, 152 male, might be a tortoise. Things like that. I got very drunk and I made the worst mistake of my life. I slept with one of my coworkers, Lucy, 28 female. I knew immediately that I had made a mistake, so in the morning I told Lucy that it was a mistake and that I love my wife. She's been quiet ever since and the relationship with my wife has gotten better. The 4th month of the pregnancy has been great. She's back to the happy person that she was before. Everything changed on Tuesday this week when my wife asked me whether it's true that I slept with Lucy, 28 female. You already said her age. Are you on a registry? Is that why you need to keep clarifying this? This sounds like it's written for your parole officer. I admitted immediately and asked who told her. Apparently, Lucy got in touch with my wife and told her everything. I tried to ask for forgiveness, but my wife basically told me that she is not interested in anything I have to say and that she needs time and not to talk to her. Yesterday, she went to work as usual, and I thought maybe she would forgive me. Today, when I woke up to go to work, she was not at home. I got worried because she was not picking up my calls. Her best friend brought her home and immediately left. I asked her friend what's wrong, and she just said that I should ask my wife, which I did.
I'm more frustrated than a carrier pigeon trying to send an email. You had to ask what's wrong?
She told me that she is done with our marriage. I need to look for a place to live for the next 1 year as we apply for divorce. I asked, what about our child? And she said that she will give me the address of the hospital she went to so that I can get the fetus. Good. Put it in a lava lamp on his nightstand. You ain't turning that shit on. I can guarantee you that. You're gonna be reading in the dark from now on. Tried asking more questions, but she told me that she is tired and in pain and to leave her alone, that I should tell her when I plan on moving out. How do I solve this, please? I know that I made a mistake by sleeping with my coworker, but I don't think that I can live without my wife. Is there any way that I could fix this? It hurts because I feel like she aborted the child to get back at me. How can I fix our relationship? How do I move on from this? I think you'll be all right. You almost dumped her because she had a case of the Gerber baby grumpies, so you're fine. I think you're more concerned about stopping the embarrassment of it all, and being forgiven is like the quickest way through it. You're gonna have to sit through your feelings, which I understand. I'm still learning how to sit with my feelings. It sucks, but you deserve it. You deserve to put that emotional dunce cap on your head and think about what you've done. Moving on. Oh, by the way, before we keep going, I have new merch. I want to show it to you. I'm wearing it. It's nice. Good people aren't dead. They're not. They're out there somewhere. It might be hard to find, but they're there. Am I the red flag for not attending my husband's celebration dinner due to the restaurant not having anything I could eat? Update included. Yeah, these people immediately back themselves into a corner with these titles. I don't understand. All right, work your way out of this one, sister. Here we go. My husband has been working really hard the last 2 years to advance at his company, and he finally got the promotion he's been after. I'm really, really proud of him. His parents are too, and wanted to take us all out to dinner to celebrate. My husband absolutely loves prime rib, and there's only one place in our area that serves it, so he picked that restaurant. The thing is, I'm not fond of steak. I'll eat it, but very rarely.
This is a rare moment. Ow!
So they have something to eat that you've eaten, but you don't want to eat it right now. I prefer chicken or fish. I looked up the menu before leaving, and right now they have a limited menu. The place only had 1 fish entree and 2 chicken entrees, and none of them sounded good for various reasons. I suggested that he pick someplace else so everyone can eat. He He refused, citing that we rarely get to go to this place, but go to other places in our area regularly, which is true, but those places have lots of variety, so everyone can eat. He suggested that I ask if they could prepare the fish or chicken without the marinades or sauces, but I didn't want to be difficult for the kitchen staff. But you want to be difficult for your husband? Do we need to run over to Babies R Us and get you some luxury diapers, you fancy toddler? This is unreal. His next suggestion was that I order dessert while everyone else ate entrees, and then, when we were done, he would take me wherever I wanted so we could eat dinner while he and the kids ate dessert. So I opted to just not go, because I didn't want to sit there not eating and not having a good time while everyone else was. My husband asked me to go so he could celebrate with the people most important to him. I told him no again, and that he needed to get going before he was late. He did go, but came back a little over an hour later with the kids, and they all had to-go boxes. He said he couldn't think of what to tell the kids about why I didn't go without lying or making me sound bad.
Protective pops!
So he just got an order for them to go and let the kids spend some time with their grandparents talking in the parking lot.
Oh, sweet mother of Susan B. Anthony.
I think if my reasoning was being shielded from my children, I think that would make me reverse my opinion right there. I told him he should have stayed, but he said that I put him in a bad spot with the kids and that I knew he wanted everyone there and that I should have just gotten over my picky eating for one night. I maintain if he really wanted us all to eat dinner as a family, then he should have picked a restaurant with a more accommodating menu. Am I the red flag? Oh my God, do I even need to chime in on this because this one is so obvious that it feels like a waste of time when we could just move on to the update part of the story. Update, some of these comments were pretty harsh, but a kick in the pants. I've apologized profusely to my husband and I'm going to take him to that restaurant this weekend and buy him some camping gear that he's been eyeing as a start to making it up to him and changing course. The term kick in the pants has always been funny to me. Kick in the rear, I get, but like kick in the pants, my imagination runs too wild. Right now, I'm picturing a black belt roundhousing a pair of Wranglers, and I've lost my train of thought. My ex-fiance cheated on me with 2 of his family members, and I posted about it online. Am I the red flag? Okay, now this one here, I've actually already read it because it was emailed to me by one of my followers. And here's all I'll say. Buckle up and white knuckle that grab handle because we're going off-roading in a monster truck. This story happened a few years ago. Yes, this is my real story, unfortunately. Me and my then fiance had been engaged for a year. When we met, I was pregnant with my child. It was so magical. He came into my life and was there for me every day, taking me to doctor's appointments, the store, bringing food over. He even drove me to the hospital when I went into labor, all before we even started dating. We got together when my child was about 6 months old and we dated for 2 years before he proposed. It wasn't long after he flipped the switch and started drinking and became verbally and mentally abusive. I was isolated and I don't have much family, so not having parents made it easy for him to keep me there.
I am more nervous than a worm in a hallway full of hooks, even though I already know what happens.
About half a year into the engagement, our sex life was non-existent. He would get so drunk he would pass out and be dead to the world. He also had no personal hygiene, to the point he pissed his pants daily and never showered. Yeah, let's cut to a commercial break.
Are you a grown guy who needs his dye? Introducing Depend diapers. Depend.
And we're back. All right. Not only that, but his constant abuse left me drier than a KFC biscuit. He stopped helping with my son and even stopped working completely and relied on me to cover rent and bills. I could never have any extra money in the house without hiding it in the box spring. He would take all the money for alcohol and leave nothing for food, diapers, formula, anything we needed. Every day he was drunk and screaming at me about how worthless I am. What are you worth then? You're not even doing enough to afford a bedpan to catch your piss and shit in. We had new people move in downstairs, and besides one other person in the complex, they are my only friends. Her boyfriend tries to keep the peace with my ex-fiance, so he tries to be kinda a buddy. His girlfriend is my best friend. We've hung out daily for almost 10 years now, and I have even stayed in her apartment for a night with my son when my fiance told us to leave one night. She also helped me run to a completely different town with my son.
Green flag, folks!
A week prior to me finding everything out, his uncle was taken to the hospital, and the family all took turns sitting with him. 2 days after his uncle was home, we were downstairs hanging out, and we had a kid-free night. I came up the stairs to get my smokes. I noticed his Facebook was open, and when I went to turn off the computer, there was a message from his cousin, who lives with his uncle. I was worried something happened with his uncle, so I opened the message, and nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to find. At first, I didn't understand what I was reading, so I scrolled up. He had been sleeping with his cousin for our entire relationship. The last message was, "Don't worry, I'll be hush-hush from his cousin.
I need to go home. I'm in a public park right now. I can't have people listening to this story.
I shut down the computer, splashed cold water on my face, and went back downstairs. When I sat down, he aggressively asked me what took me so long and why didn't I have my jacket or cigarettes that I said I was gonna get. I don't know what came over me because I am 100% terrified of him. I looked him in his eyes and said, "Don't worry, it's nothing to be hush-hush about." He started laughing and said, "That's so weird you would even say that." Before I could stop myself, I said, "Why is it so weird I would say that? Could it be from the messages between you and your cousin about fucking?" As soon as the words left my mouth, panic set in. He started screaming and came close to hitting me, but our friend stepped in and got him out the door. So here is the part where I think I could be the red flag. No, I was extremely angry, hurt, and absolutely sick over everything. I was on TikTok and there was a clip that said, "What's the one thing in your last relationship that made you end it for good?" And I stitched it. I didn't use names or locations, and I don't use my real name. Only my BFF and a few others follow me. I think that gave me a false impression that no one that knew him would ever see my TikTok. I could not have been more wrong. Within an hour of posting, I saw that his sister-in-law commented on it and my heart dropped. The comment said, "This isn't who I think it is it?" I immediately DM'd her and told her that it was about my ex-fiance, and she said, "Damn, so it's true. He has been sleeping with so-and-so." My skin instantly started crawling because the cousin she named was a different cousin. He had been cheating on me with two of his cousins the entire time we had been with each other. My BFF and his sister-in-law are on my side, but a few of his family and friends found out recently and said I took it too far by putting it on social media, as his infant daughter might see it one day. But I had no idea he got a girl pregnant and had a baby when I posted the TikTok. So does not taking down the video make me the red flag? Dude, I'm closer to giving you a Purple Heart. No, this is war that you've been through right here, dude. His child's gonna find out that her dad is not normal before she sees this video, long before it. She'll have a nightmare one night and come into his room and be like, "Dad, can I sleep with you tonight?" And he'll be like, "Sure, come on in, just be careful. I've got family and standing water in here." Oh, I'm an idiot. So yeah, don't live like this guy and don't handle rejection like this. Hit the video in the top left corner and keep watching.